Bro, like it's mad funny because many people I know, they were like, yeah, I'm gonna get it popping. They were like, there's no one to get it popping. You know what I'm saying? They were like, man, this, alright. Okay.
Like, I was ready to punch some Nazis, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't no Nazis show up for me to punch, so.
But I've been doing these, you know what I'm saying, these diamond push-ups for the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Not the diamond, John.
I was waiting for
joint stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Waiting for a youngin'. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for a youngin'.
These are mill push-ups, dog? You doing these are mill push-ups?
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with Bleak. You know what I'm saying?
Please observe the fresh, rugged, loud 97, Steve Harvey, double breast. Sling it southpaw, right hand, follow the left, top down the Yukon into the jet, airborne. I think they know the rest.
It's party time.
It's party time. Having a party. Come on.
DCJ. By storm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
And everywhere that my crew go, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Every show that my crew blow,
mm-hmm.
You know we get down.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm sorry, dog.
What up?
Tracy Lee, right? That was
Trey
Lee.
That was Trey Lee. Come on,
right,
man.
Okay, all right.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I meant no disrespect.
You know
Philadelphia legend. Now, what you talking? He a lawyer now, by the way.
And everywhere that my client goes,
Right.
You know we litigate.
Dog. Like, would you really want Trey Lee to be? You know what I'm saying?
I think he still got the straight backs too. I think he do.
Come on, man.
Tracy Lee.
God damn it. That's how you know we're washed, man. 79% of the references that we reference on the show are washed.
Or from 1996, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog.
Yes, it's definitely like the
22 years ago, bro.
You have to log into like the 1997 Def Jam wiki. You know what I'm saying? That's all of our knowledge set. Like, that's our universe. Like,
that's it. We stopped learning after 2002. That was
right,
it. We shut it down.
Anything between about 94 to 2002, that's us.
That's us. We here, baby.
He held you down. 2003?
Yeah. It gets real shaky around then.
Exactly.
Started drinking, you know what I'm saying? New music started coming out. We couldn't keep up. Studies and all that.
Right.
And after that, forget about it.
It was over.
But, Remy, tell them where you from.
Oh, man. It's your man, Remy. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker. Velociraptor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Scum DMC, you know what I'm saying? Bruce Leroy with the glow cheese deep fryer, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yes.
Your man Senator Drip Durbin, you know.
Yeah.
And lastly, you know what I'm saying? It's your man Flex Tillerson. We out here, man. It's a light week for your boy. I'm sorry.
I'll go down next week, though. Next week when these things drop, you know what I'm saying? But it's your man Boom Dynamite, a.k.a. Versace Chachi, b.k.a. CK1 Cerebral Knievel, because I'm back flipping and smelling like money. Goddamn time. CK Don Fon Dump, because I'm smooth and the cake been covered. EKA the Miami Vice Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
Okay.
Gotta make sure you fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? FKA the Vice Grip Bayless. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? HKA Vice President of the United States, third. Got it?
Get him.
Vice President of these United States, third Reich Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Get him.
I shortened it to Mike, but it's really Third Reich. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? IKA, Life is Vice Versa hatchback. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Yeah.
LKA, the Vice Prince Paul of the school. You know what I'm saying?
That's a bar. That's a
you know
bar.
What I'm saying? He's the Vice Prince Paul of the school. You know
That's a
saying?
bar.
And lastly, JK, there's just something about the name of Jesus H. Vice. Long story short, at Vice. You know
At
I'm
Vice
sure
Land.
If I said Vice 16 times in the first, you know what I'm saying, 10 minutes of the show, it'd have to come up on our radar. You know what I'm saying? That was
too, right?
So, you know what I'm saying? I threw all these Vice joints for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, it's got to come up at some point, right?
I feel like one day, if I keep working, I will be the Vice Prince Paul of the school. You know what I'm saying? For a long time.
Bro, you know what's funny as hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're at a level, like, if we keep saying this, like we will end up, like, getting a call from Vice. At least to have them, like, their lawyers reach out, like, stop saying our name. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want zero affiliation.
But, like, yo, if Vice reaches out for a show, are we prepared to do that shit, dog? Like,
No.
Hell no.
Like, nah, man, I gotta talk to my lead. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, it would be so bad because like we'd have to like coordinate. We'd have to have so many like, you know what I'm saying, things written into the contract. They'd be like, no, we can't.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta have
You know what I'm
babysitters.
I'm like, this thing about to drop a kid. Like, we can't coordinate meetings in LA. You know what I'm saying?
like straight up, Katie, you hit me with that motherfucking like Black Podcasters joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was sitting at my desk at work and I started sweating like instantly, dog. I was like, I don't know if I can make it, dog. Like, yo, I might have work. I might be on call. You know what I'm saying? Like,
instant. Like, oh, wait a minute, hang on. I gotta find a babysitter. I gotta have some aliases. I gotta pick out an outfit. I gotta drive 2 hours. I don't know. And I ain't getting paid. I don't know. It's gonna be real.
Doing a conceited rapper face meme, dog. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know,
Purse
bro.
them lips up real tight.
Shake my head and walk away, dog.
Like, for real, nah, you right though. If they call tomorrow and they like, yeah, we'd love to give you guys a contract for a show, I'm gonna be pulling my collar on some Rodney Dangerfield shit like, all right. All right, let me hop on Google real quick. Entertainment lawyer. Oh shit,
You know
Tracy Lee's an entertainment lawyer.
Listen,
Straight up.
from henceforth, all correspondence goes through our lawyer.
Our lawyer, Tracy Lee, Esquire.
Cheer. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Oh, man. Yo, just y'all niggas will remember who Tracy Lee was, dog.
Listen,
Only y'all niggas, man.
yo, listen, I don't know about you. I'm not signing a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? I will not sign. Let Trey read this first. You know
Let's
what I'm
Trey read this. Hey Trey. Is it
Right.
party time?
saying?
Is it party time?
Is there enough money here to have a party? Come on. We're gonna have to work in like some kind of transportation package because everywhere that his crew goes, you know what I'm saying?
We have to get down. You know what I'm saying?
have to get
upon
down.
arrival. You know what I'm saying?
So just let it be known to Viceland already. That has to be worked in. We need a car service.
We need car service because everywhere that my crew go, like Philly, New York, and DC,
right?
you know we get down.
You know it.
Yo, by the way, this is your boy Cannon, aka the Stunticon, BKA Dad Lib, the beat conductor. We've been here before. You know what I'm saying? CKA Doc Holiday Styles. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Like that.
Those with the gats. You know what I'm saying? Jesse James Earl Jones.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying? Kiki Wyatt Earp.
Respect.
Buffalo Bill Donahue. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yo.
You really watch if you know who Bill Donahue is.
Right.
FKA Billy the Kid in play. You know what I'm saying?
Do it.
GKA LZ Lazy Bone. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing like money in a Ziploc bag. That's busy bone, my bad.
Yeah, that was busy.
That's busy though.
Busy's in the house.
Where am I? HKA Butch Cassidy, the Hustler.
Oh,
No.
had to drink any two-step. You know what I'm saying?
Got my guns in my two-step, nigga. My pistol in my two-step. And then this one's for you.
In the Wild West is a problem.
And then this one's for you, Boom. LKA the Sundance Kid Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? We here.
Do it.
You're right.
We
You know
here.
what I'm saying?
Because we get wild for the night. That's all I'm saying.
You already know it, man.
Get wild for the night.
No, I'm just gonna go back one time because this nigga Lawrence used to bump. Shout out to Digger, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He used to bump the many faces of Trey Lee, like, you know what I'm saying?
Classic album, classic material.
I'm gonna go back and listen to it. I'm gonna review it for you next week, guys.
Yo, it's good. It's actually a good album. Biggie's on there, dog. Biggie's on there.
He kept telling me, I was like, who's Tracy? He was like, Biggie's on, like, Trey Lee, though?
Yeah.
It goes down.
The joint with Biggie is the joint that Jay-Z did over.
Yeah, we're not up there. Go ahead.
Yeah, we up there.
Well, you don't know who I am. I'll see you. I know exactly where you're at. That's why you don't have to wonder. And try
Nazis
to
in
find out
DC.
who I am. You
So this day, as we're recording on August 12th, there was supposed to be a white supremacist rally in DC called Unite the Right Part 2. Electric Boogaloo.
On the run.
on the run too. Turns out wasn't much of a rally. I think less than like 50 people showed up in total or something like that.
CNN said a dozen.
like no bullshit. Like on CNN right now, it says about 24 motherfucking white nationalists showed up to the joint.
Dog, that's bad when you can measure the attendance by what you order in a bakery. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dog, this
But
is
like-
bad.
almost 2 dozen donuts. You know what I'm saying? And that's how many showed up.
This is bad for a multitude of reasons. Number one, because many people have been doubling down on the president's rhetoric and like, yeah, because this is what the country wants to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to these crazy xenophobic, racist, you know what I mean? Like super, like off the spectrum right type shit. It's only about 23 people. By
CNN estimates.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. This is not my math. You know what I'm saying? This is someone way smarter than I was like, no, I got 26. Yeah, 26.
I actually,
1, 2,
hang on. Let me look out my window real quick. 1,
Right.
2. Yeah, it's about 23.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this shows that they're in trouble. Because, you know what I mean, if you thought, like, you know what I'm saying, their base would pop off and it would be a big thing, like, this is all the people that support Trump. These people know it's whack, bro. They don't want to. DC's not what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? DC's not
Right.
Chocolate City.
Right.
But these people didn't want that. They wasn't driving no hour and a half to catch an L. You know what I'm saying?
to know it's gonna be L. But like, here's my joint, yo. Like, white people don't fear many things, you know what I'm saying? But one of their greatest fears, you know what I'm saying, next to finding out that their wife is their like cousin or some shit, is like,
Come on, yo.
like their second greatest fear is being called a racist. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
With that said, you know what I'm saying, like, what incentive was there for any person of non-color, of Blanco descent, you know what I'm saying, of Yakubian heritage, you know what I'm saying? What incentive was there for them to show up to the shit?
I
So I'm
guess.
saying, like, you show up to the shit like, I'm gonna call you a racist. Like that's what you is. Like, white nationalists
Remy.
are racist, dog.
Right.
That's true.
And they're proud of it. Like more power to them. Like do your thing. Like, stay in your box. I understand. Like, I understand you. You know what I'm saying? You stand over there. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Dog, I'm gonna drop the joint right here.
do it. School me, dog.
Racism is like BBW porn.
Really?
Well, I think I know where you're going, but
only the fanatics will be like, yo, that's the only shit I fuck with. And you be like, okay, daddy. You know what I'm saying?
I hate black people. Okay, daddy. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not you saying. It's only a select few that be like, yo, why you keep watching Mia Khalifa, cuz? Why don't you go ahead and put on, you know what I'm saying? Sturdy Dirty, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you put her sturdy on?
Put a sturdy joint on that joint.
Yeah. All right. So
I want all sturdy joints, though.
So there's only the fanatics that really thirsty will be like, yo, this what I'm rocking with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But there's far more people on the, you know what I'm saying, that are fans of the joint, and they might talk to another fan about the joint. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, did you see the latest 30 John?
Exactly. But what they're not going to do is post on their profile joints. They put in wild skinny joints in their joints. You know what I mean?
Right.
On their profile joint, but in their last history joint, it's mad. You know what I'm saying?
And I respect that. And I just don't want, say people of color and people who are who oppose the motherfucking white nationalist movement that they got now, because they having a little two step right now. Like they moved a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want people to be confused. Like racism doesn't exist because only motherfucking 24 people showed up to this white nationalist rally.
Right.
There's a lot of white nationalists. You know what I'm saying? Closet joints. You know what I'm saying? That don't say that put the incognito tab on. You know what I'm saying? When they do they Pepe the Frog memes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, right now today, 2018. You know what I'm saying? Today. You know what I'm saying? Your girl Pinky is doing in club dances, and she's doing joints on Cam Soda. You know what I'm saying? She's doing live, you know what I'm saying, drop the coins. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There are niggas that are paying and going to see Pinky. Like, yo, I gotta see, you know what I'm saying? Pinky's out here.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And there's
would
another
you
type
go
of
see
nigga.
Pinky in a strip club?
Hold on. I might. Just but look,
off the strength of everything she's done.
Maybe.
But look, there's a dude that's there that's live streaming it. Like, yeah, Queen Pinky, I don't give a fuck. She gained a, nah, bro. Hold on. Man. You know what I'm saying? That's the levels. You know what I'm saying? So it's I feel like if they would have had the, you know what I'm saying, March for the Right, in Biloxi, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it was y'all meet us by the Applebee's down, you know what I'm saying? Jefferson Davis Highway. It would have been popping.
Applebee's has rats. Found a whole rat in my Cobb salad.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
They came to a major metropolitan city.
You're not getting it popping there.
You're not getting it popping, and then like you said, like Remy said, you're scared of being identified or on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, if they was we're having a march for the right now to Topeka. We marching from Madison, Wisconsin to Topeka. You know what I'm saying? For the culture.
Yep. That's the longest march.
I don't know. I have no clue how long that is.
Yo, bro, do white people do anything for the culture, dog?
No, they have no culture to do it for.
It stinks. It's the me, dog.
Dog, I'm just saying. If they did that, it wouldn't be an issue.
But
the fact that they came to a major metropolitan city, the fact that it used to be called Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want that problem, bro. There was more police out in Charlottesville than there were in fucking DC.
Do you think that some of them were scared to catch a literal L, a literal fade, to really, really get it popping for real? You not ready to come to the middle of the city to the one of the most recognizable landmarks in the country and throw hands. Are you ready for that?
Do that shit on the yard at Howard University, dog. Flex as hard as you possibly can, dog.
Flex so hard you bust a muscle. You know what I'm saying?
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. But this is the shit right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? The narrative that white America is under attack, you know what I'm saying, is not about any type of fear of physicality. You know what I'm saying? It's the fear that their ideas and that their power is being dwindled. You know what I'm saying? So, like old girl, they called the police on girl for, you know what I'm saying?
So the water bottles.
Yeah. And she was like, yo, I got fired. It's not fair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they're talking about. They don't care about catching an L. I don't think they're thinking about that. They're thinking about, if my picture's on the joint, am I going to lose my job? They're gonna, like, am I going to get am I going to get mistreated because I feel a certain way or I think a certain way?
Right.
Because that's not America. America's supposed to be about free thoughts. And I feel like these, you know what I'm saying, Mexicans are rapists and they're taking all our jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They're raping our jobs away.
But like straight up and down, like my nigga, like, yo, if I'm on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, like holding stacks of money to my ear and throwing like actual guns in the camera, you know what I'm saying? Right. And the HR department at my job catches wind of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might lose my fucking job, dog. Like it's not, this is not you. This not, right. You're not the only person being persecuted like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, watch what the fuck you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, check yourself.
But every person's burden is heaviest, and they don't see that. So like literally, I had a conversation with Kim the other day. We was talking about how, like, you know, all life matters. You know what I'm saying? Is a term that, you know what I'm saying, was drummed up by these people because they felt like their voice was not being heard. Black Lives Matters, you know what I'm saying, comes from the fact that they were taking our lives. Like, they were killing us. They are killing us.
Right.
And it's like, they equate losing power and influence to dying because it's like...
That's how long they've been on top.
Exactly.
They like Nicki Minaj.
Indeed, but they have way less bars, if that's possible.
Oh, man. Yeah, we gonna talk about that shit, dog.
But yeah, like, so they don't, like that's the shit, bro. Like, they don't want to be able to be persecuted for the things they say. But it's crazy that, and this is the last time we'll wrap up. It's crazy that they don't want to be persecuted for the things they say and they do when they reflect race. But all this, like, chauvinism and sexual abuse, like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, it's not right that Matt Lauer, it's not right that, you know what I'm saying, Kevin Spacey shouldn't be doing that shit. But if you said nigga 16 times in the White House, you were like, he should be able to speak his mind and use the words he wants to. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Absolutely.
It's called freedom of speech, buddy.
Buddy, guy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's called freedom of speech, pal. But hey, man, I just love the fact that about 25 of them showed up. Like, that's not even a concert, bro. Like, that's not.
I said in the
pre-show.
I said in the pre-show, niggas texted me and they were like, "Yo, there's nothing to do out here." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew people that went to do the counter protest and were like, "Yeah, we're about to get, like, you know what I'm saying, but they shut Trump down." And they were like, y'all get breakfast? Like,
like, that wasn't even enough people to disrupt Starbucks. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like I woke up early. Like, I missed church. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I got to be out here. You know what I'm saying? For the culture, for the people. Yep. And it's just like, I could have done like 3 loads of laundry. I could have mowed the lawn. You know what I'm saying? I could have done my meal prep for the week. You know what I'm saying? This bad shit, I could have been getting popping.
Right.
For 22 and a half niggas, you know what I'm saying?
For a half.
Come on, cuz. Like, come on. I drove all the way, dog. Don't you know, like, I parked in a parking deck. Like, I paid $35 to park. You know what I'm saying? I drove down here. You know what I'm saying? And
you couldn't take the metro because the metro's
like, dog.
The metro is full of anti racist protesters. Like, they were getting it popping down there in the tunnel.
There was a story in the news talking about how they wanted to give these bandits their own trains.
Yeah. Private trains so that they wouldn't get, you know what I'm saying, there would be violence.
And it's like, for 23... Like,
that's not even a train. That's not even a full train.
That's not even a train car. That's not even one side of the joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, You get these niggas a what you call it, a Uber pool or some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? 23 niggas, man, come on, bro.
Hey, get these niggas the blue Georgetown bus. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Give them a double decker jump so you can see.
The sightseeing jump.
You know what I'm saying? In the duck jump going to war. You know what I'm saying?
Fact,
23 people, come on, daddy.
Get them like the bike that's down Miami, the bike that you get on and you drink while you biking through the streets.
Exactly.
Get them that jump.
Yeah, they can do that. You know what I'm saying?
23 and a half niggas. Come on,
they fucked up everything, man. It was like people real life like left the city, bro. They're like, I don't want to be here.
I don't want I don't want no parts of it. Yeah.
I don't want no problems with you. They were on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Your man Big G. You know what I'm saying? Famous go-go artist. You know what I'm saying? Actor. You know what I'm saying? Was on The Wire. You know what I'm saying? Most known for his role in Backyard. I think he's in Backyard. He was like, yo, y'all know me. I'm Big G. I've been in the city. Y'all know me. Like, I ain't never been no punk. But y'all need to sit down on Sunday, man. Don't come outside because they're gonna try to provoke you. They're gonna try to lock you up. And the cops the same color as them, so it's gonna go down. Don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? So like and this was like Wednesday on the radio. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole city was like, you know what I mean, on pins and needles. For 23 and a half people, bro.
So let me ask you this question, and let me ask both of y'all this question. This will be the last joint.
23 people, bro.
This will be the last joint. Then we can move on to Space Force. But
23. But yeah.
But
Come on,
do y'all think that this? I mean, y'all know the Russian hackers be out here setting up these extreme Facebook groups trying to sew up this Discord and all this other nonsense. Y'all think it's possible that like some Russian dudes set up this Unite the Right 2, tried to get some white nationalists in on that joint to stir up some craziness in DC? That possible?
Bro, no. What's possible is that these things is dumb. And that's it. and that's it. Like, the joint is like, you know what I mean?
Nah, I respect that, though.
Don't start doing the adult stuff again, though. Like, this is too much. Like, come on.
It's like these motherfuckers stepped out. Like, I respect that because these motherfuckers stepped out into their greatest fear, dog. Like,
so
all
so
24
like,
of them, you know what I'm saying? Like only 24, like, look at it like this. Only 24 white nationalists had the courage to stand up for what they believe in this weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Son, but like those 24 dudes are gonna go home like gods, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like walking on, like Jethro, I ain't see you down there, bro. You was talking that wild stuff in the break room, but
you was talking real spicy in the break room. But where's you at? Where was you at?
You know what?
The war was on, dog.
Give me half of your sandwich right now. You know what I'm saying? Just start brodying niggas. Like, you know what? Go ahead, make me a coffee. I take 3 sugars and 4 creams. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, this ain't 4 creams. This is 3 creams and 4 sugars.
You mark ass bitch.
Right.
So
you a whole bitch.
So hold up, Remy, you might be onto something. You mean these 23 and a half white nationalists are like at the top of the food chain now? Because they the ones who showed up?
Yeah.
They gotta be.
They gotta eat. You know, say all white nationalists need to pay homage, dog.
Bow down.
They got the Washington Post, you know what I'm saying, photos, you know what I'm saying, hung up in their house, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What was you and Big Meech brought them Tigers in? You know what I'm saying?
Niggas be in the streets bucking. Where you be at? You ain't out in the bucking. Yeah, where you be at, Mega? Where you be at? Oh, that's hilarious.
That's a great album.
Yes, it is. On the more hilarity, Space Force. I really only have to say those 2 words. If you say those 2 words, everybody starts laughing. But this week, the president and vice president have dived further into trying to make Space Force a real thing. And we turn to our resident veteran.
Remy.
Yeah.
Let's go to Remy. Go to Remy.
Yep. Our resident veteran died defending this country. We appreciate his service.
Though.
Twice. Right.
Yeah. 3 times. We appreciate your service, Remy, and everything you sacrificed for this country.
The Stones rolled back.
Yeah, right. Shouts out to Desert Storm, Clue, Dora. What up?
He actually served in Desert Storm with Clue and Dura. That's how we got into this podcasting game. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, start a whole backstory, but
Right.
Remy actually did 3 tours.
3 tours.
On his last one, you know what I'm saying, he was with he was DJ Clue's barber in Desert Storm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Had him repping all 5 boroughs, you know what I'm saying?
One time you cut his head, he said this was FABOLOUS.
So Remy, as the veteran who served with DJ Clue, Duro. Hey, Duro, let that bass rock, Duro. Remy, what you think about Space Force being another branch of the armed forces of America?
What the fuck is this nigga talking about, yo? I saw a joint on Instagram, dog. It was a white dude, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Sometimes the Yakubians get it right, you know what I'm saying? But he was just like, his post was just text, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, what the fuck is Space Force? Why don't you just give people free healthcare? You know what I'm saying?
That's simple, bro. That's simple.
Like straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like this is so stupid. Like nobody else. No one else in the world can match the military dominance that is the United States of America, dog.
Right,
even at our lowest point, which is about, you know what I'm saying, 9:08 today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We will still wash any fucking country and any act of war, you know, that you can think of.
Whoa. I mean, China's still out there. China's still out there. Even China? Even China?
Can we pump our brakes a minute? Because your premise is off.
What's that?
The whole premise is garbage.
How's the whole?
Because he said we would wash, you know what I'm saying, any country in this world.
Uh-huh.
But we're not in space, baby. We already deadline, bro.
If you let me finish, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to go into space, you know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers can't beat us here on the ground, dog. Like, we're good. We're good.
I'm saying,
what up, China? What up?
I'm saying niggas from outside of this world, you know what I'm saying, coming at us. Like, I don't know what you thought Space Force was, but the way that I read it,
them super illegal aliens, dog. Like,
exactly. That's how I read it.
Man. Not Beatboard, you know what I'm saying? Beatboard could swoop down.
Shout out to Lord Beatboard. You know what I'm saying?
Get the fuck out of here, dog. Is that what we doing now? Is that what we're prepping for? Like alien invasion at this point?
But I mean, that's how I
read it.
Dog, if Beatboard comes down and you got them mega guns and mega manufacturing that can make us mega guns, we might have a deal,
bro.
Oh, if Beatboard got the motherfucking 3-dot, you know what I'm saying, infrared beams like the Predator, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We might be in the shoulder cannon. We might be in business.
Space Force can sort all this out for us, Remy.
Let me tell you this, dog.
And
sufficiently
advanced. Hold on, Rem. And it drastically cuts production costs. You know what I'm saying? Because Beatboard got a production company. This instantaneous, bro. Come on. You talking about taking jobs overseas?
He taking them to space.
So I'm confused.
Come on, baby.
I'm confused on y'all stance. I'm confused on y'all stance though, because like you were saying, like we got the Space Force on deck in case Beatboard want to swoop down and take over New York or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But on the same note, you guys are saying that Beatboard was gonna give us mad guns. You know what I'm saying? So like, how is this supposed to work? Because I'm all for Beatboard giving us guns, you know what I'm saying?
You sound racist.
Oh, man. I don't mean to sound that way, man. It's just me. When I get around my 23 friends here in D.C., you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? All Beatboards aren't the same. You know what I'm saying?
But like, yo, if we have Space Force to defend against an alien invasion, dog, like any civilization that's advanced enough to come to our planet. To come to our planet from another solar system, dog, we don't fucking stand a chance against it.
Right,
There's no point in even prepping for that shit.
We were
it's
washed.
A wrap for us.
We were washed before we formed Space Force. If aliens show up here, dog, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? We don't stand a chance against Beatport if he's coming here.
The motherfuckers got like a 50 million year head start on us, dog. Like,
right.
It's a wrap for us, dog.
This America, baby.
I'm not saying that we wouldn't put up a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like we would be the last country left. You know what I'm saying?
Chips have been stacked against us before.
Like Florida would be the last, like the bastion of human existence.
Oh God,
you know
that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare right there. But yo,
and it wouldn't even be Miami. It'd be like, you know what I'm saying, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Right.
You're gonna have it's gonna be like Florida, Texas, and parts of the swamp in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers will never die.
But yo, hold up. My favorite joint about this was a tweet from this dude, Sean Crespo. He said, okay, if it's going to be Space Force, then we got to rename the other branches so it all matches up. He said the Navy is Water Force.
Respect.
He said the Army is Land Force.
Word.
Right.
The Marines are Punch Force.
Right.
The Coast Guard is Swim Force.
Word.
And he says, duh, of course, the Air Force is Air Force Force.
Right.
That's it. Air Force Force.
Air Force Force.
What else would it be,
baby?
Yo, wait. My man won the internet, you know what I'm saying? Like, one fell swoop. Yo, get this nigga Trump all the way the fuck out of here, dog.
I think Cannon said it the best, man. Or no, you did, Remy, in the first part. It was like, this nigga ran on the fact that, like, Barack Obama was wasting taxpayer money and stealing money and paying for these big liberal ideals that give everybody everything.
Like healthcare.
I'm literally going to throw your money into outer space. Like, that's literally what he's saying. Like, I'm going to cut your benefits and then throw the money that I saved on your health insurance, nigga, to Uranus. Like, I'm literally going to throw it, like, you know what I'm saying, to a black hole.
Literally throwing money into Uranus. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
The cold vacuum of space. That's where your dollars are. We're going to have a ring around Earth like Saturn. That's just going to be dollars.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's Space Force. Oh, shit. I'm so happy that... But my favorite part about this is that Mike Pence, like, actually pursed his non-lips to lay out a plan as to how we would get Space Force.
Bruh,
and it was
Mike Pence is literally like, he does anything that fucking Trump says, though.
Right.
Like there's video of it, you know what I'm saying, when they were at like the
the cup of water joint? Yeah.
The water bottle joint, you know what I'm saying? Like when Trump put his water bottle on the floor for no fucking reason. Like, I'm pretty sure he did it just to see what Pence would do. You know what I'm saying?
And then Pence was like...
And Pence just ate the shit up, dog. He's just like, yep, water bottle on the floor. Just like my president.
My ambitions are arriving. Yeah.
Yo, bro. So, if your wife or your old lady don't ride for you like Pence ride for Trump, dog, you know what I'm saying? You need to get rid of her, dog.
Dog.
Change your wife. Change your wife.
I don't know that that's not like the thing, because it's like these Trump youngins, they're so fucking brazen. Like, you saw the dude that was fucking caught the email, you know what I'm saying? Inside trading on the White House loan.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you know this is the most secure place in, you know what I'm saying, in America, you know what I'm saying?
Was insider trading, and then was like, actually, I'm still going to run for re-election. In handcuffs. Fuck with me.
It's crazy, bro.
The whip gymnast. Respect, you know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
You know, if I could take that level of confidence and apply it anywhere else in my life, dog, you know what I'm saying? You know how successful I would be? You know what I'm saying? Like,
So why wouldn't you be upset if you had that level of come-uppage? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He literally called his son and was like, "Yo, trade these stocks, buy this, dump those, boom."
At
his son,
at the White House,
and his son made like $100,000 in that instant when he told his father to do that shit.
Meanwhile, that's right after he had a direct one-on-one in the email with like the CEO of the company that he was trading stocks with on the White House lawn.
Respect it. Know that it's now connected.
All right, I got you.
Dog, that's some powerful white shit right there.
You know what I'm saying, like, it's like Lefty and Donnie, unless we let Donnie live.
His son was probably playing Xbox or some shit like that. All right.
I'm okay, Dad. Okay. I'll do it. Stop yelling, Dad.
Damn.
Fine.
Right.
I will do it, Dad.
Are you happy now, Dad?
Are you happy now?
Well, yes, I just put 1.5 in your own offshore account. Like, now you're good. Whatever.
Fuck up, Dad. That's why Mom's cheating on you.
It's only 1.5. Last week it was 6.5. So like,
yeah. Fucking up, son. You're fucking up.
What the fuck? What the fuck, Dad?
Right.
How am I supposed to live off $1 million, Dad?
Only
it's
one.
It's not called allowance if you work for it. Just give me the money. I don't want to.
Fuck.
I gotta pause my motherfucking Fortnite game now. Shit.
Let's move away from that bullshit and move into some happy, good time shit. On August 11th, 2018, hip hop turned 45, officially middle aged.
Respect.
Officially
washed.
Yeah.
Oh,
all the way
washed, dog. Oh
all
man, hip hop is zestfully clean, nigga. Like, yeah.
Look at my hand. It's a microphone. Now look back at it. It's diamonds. You know what I'm saying?
Hip hop is that nigga that wants to talk to you in a grocery store
with the Bluetooth earpiece.
Not high and by. Like, I want to have a conversation with you.
Right.
Bro,
right.
Bro, with the Kango and the Bluetooth earpiece, dog.
Yes. In a tracksuit. Velour.
Like, it's hot outside. Yeah, it is hot outside. So I was born. I was born in 76.
Bro, he got the compression shirt and the motherfucking
not the compression shirt.
Like, and the motherfucking Under Armour shorts, dog. You rocking the Steph Curry's, dog, with the motherfucking crew socks on, dog.
Oh, the fresh Stephs
with the scrunched up crew socks, dog.
Come on, man.
I feel like hip hop has 2 extra rings and a bracelet. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I know you married, but why you got what are those rings? Well, this is the high school ring. You know what I'm saying?
Football quarter mile, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Ask about me.
Score 4 touchdowns in a game. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? If Coach would have left me in fourth quarter, we would have took state. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and a full ride to Grambling. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, yo. So, yo, Boom Dynamite, what do you think about hip hop turning 45? We're going to have the big celebration when hip hop turns 50, but as of right now, at 45, how do you feel? What do you think? Reflecting back on your life with hip hop.
I think that hip hop's is getting to be in a good spot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? 10 years ago when they were talking about hip hop is dead.
Nas.
I think what's happening now is that it's like it's getting more accepting of subgenres and you know what I mean, and different joints.
That's growth.
So it could be like we said, this year alone was fucking amazing. Jay-Z, motherfucking Nas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just like a lot of people that we admire and admonish, like, you know what I'm saying, put out albums, Pusha T,
yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, just good joints.
That February was amazing, bro. That February,
Sky
March.
Zoo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're right.
Sky Zoo, Rock Marciano, Jericho Jones. It was like every week until like May, we had something new.
and we weren't complaining about it being like not mainstream or not being on the radio. We're just happy to have this good music.
Right.
And even to the point where like the Pusha T joint or the Nas joint or the Jay and Beyonce joint got like vast radio play. It's like, oh, this is kind of cool because this is our shit. And,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's in a really good space. Juxtaposed where it was 10 years ago, when we were like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
I don't know what a 50-year-old Jay album sounds like. You know what I mean? I don't know what.
How about that?
I feel good, bro.
How about that? That's what's up. And you're right about the subgenre joint. Like that I think once we kind of, and I only speak for like our inner circle, right? Our group of friends. Once we all kind of like grew up and was like, you know, that whole subgenre thing that you brought up. Once we kind of accepted that, it was so much easier to be like, you know what I'm saying? That's not, and I was watching this video of Murs talking about real hip hop versus fake hip hop. And it's like, you can't say that Migos and them is fake hip hop. It's just a different genre of hip hop. So we've kind of finally gotten to that point, me and myself in my own maturity, to say like, no, that's cool. That's what the kids like. Because when I was a kid, I liked, you know what I'm saying? I liked Nas and Mobb Deep, and somebody who grew up on, I forgot his name. These Are the Breaks.
Curtis Blow.
Curtis Blow. Like somebody who grew up with Curtis Blow is like, that Nas stuff is whack. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My joint was this. So I think, I think that, the subgenre thing is growth.
But don't fake, because you also grew up on, you know what I'm saying, the Fresh Prince. And
that's true. That's true.
And MC Hammer.
That's
and,
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Hammer
like,
Pants.
And you were able to be like, you know, this is alright song. You know what I'm saying? But I prefer Mobb Deep, and I prefer, you know what I'm saying, not. But you weren't like, you weren't like third base. Like, this shit is like, you know what I mean?
The gas
like,
face?
Right. I mean, I'm not saying you didn't like them. I'm just saying that you didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
When MC Hammer came on, you didn't feel like that when, you know what I mean, Fresh Prince came on. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we're at now. So I feel like it's in a good spot. And I feel like we talked about this like years and years ago, Kenan, maybe like 10, 15 years ago. And I was like, you got soft rock, you got classic rock, you got hair bands, you got screamo, you got heavy metal. You know what I'm saying? And there were all these subgenres of rock where people could just be like, I don't listen to 80s hair bands.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't fuck with Fall Out Boy. I fuck with Metallica.
You know exactly.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you're lame because you listen to Nickelback, because I listen to, you know what I'm saying, Woody Woo.
Right.
And it was like, but the genres were respected. We didn't even have that in hip hop. Everybody was just like, no, this shit is whack.
Right. D4L is whack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not hip hop.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made so many people turn to old haters, because they were just like you said, I fuck with Curtis Blow. Where are the breaks in your shit? Where are they?
Friends, how many of them do you have?
Bitch.
Yo,
like Agatha, Jermaine, and Jack, bitch.
Remy, how you feel about hip hop right now?
Like Boom was saying, like, I never thought like hip hop was dead. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop has morphed into other things, and it's growing like any other genre of music has, you know, that has been around as long as hip hop has grown. You know what I'm saying? Like jazz doesn't sound like it's 1920s anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
definitely
it sounds like Kenny
not.
G. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like 101.9. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm talking about. But
washed.
That's Wash FM. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't necessarily dislike like any particular a flavor of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a time and a place for trap. You know what I'm saying? For Migos, and there's a time and a place for motherfucking Sky Zoo. You know what I'm saying? Like and like I respect it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
that's a good point.
Like let hip hop live, you know what I'm saying? It's washed, you know what I'm saying?
It's washed.
It's paying its taxes on time, you know what I'm saying? But like that's what it's supposed to be doing.
Right. No, absolutely. And I think I want to echo both of y'all, and I think I want to add on that this 2018 is the first year that a non-jazz, non-classical artist got a Pulitzer Prize, and that was hip hop. Like it wasn't a rocker. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like it wasn't reggae. It wasn't any of these other genres. It was hip hop that got a Pulitzer outside of jazz and classical. I mean, you know, we had Eminem, we had 3-6 win Oscars. We got whole sub genres at the Grammys now. Like just from its infancy, it started out as white people thought it was a fad, and now when you look at commercials, if it ain't soft rock or some heavy pop song, it's hip hop, right? And like, I mean, just take the Mitsubishi commercial out right now, where the white boy is rapping. Y'all seen that joint?
I seen it.
Like
Test Drive Young.
Yeah. Like that's hip hop, right? And to be real, the white dude spit a little bit on that joint. But like that's hip hop, right? Back That Ass Up is a damn commercial, you know what I'm saying, 10 years later. Right. So I think hip hop is in a great place monetarily. I think it's in a great place artistically because we have the internet and we can listen to what we want to listen to when we want to listen to it. If I only want to hear Rock Marcy and Sky Zoo for the rest of the year, I can. I don't have to interact with Migos. It would behoove me to interact with Migos to know where hip hop is going and what the kids are doing now. So it just like young rockers, right? Like it's better for rockers to listen to, you know, Bob Dylan back in the day, but also listen to Metallica so that you can find your voice and what you want to do with your rock when you start playing.
But also, like you said, like it needs to be okay with being segmented. Like,
yeah.
I think that the biggest problem is people believe that it's all one thing. So it's like, this is not hip hop. This is hip hop.
Yeah.
Like you said, if I'm a, songwriter, folk singer, I'm gonna check out Bob Dylan. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm a, folk singer, rock, I might not listen to, Marilyn Manson.
Right,
you know
right.
I mean? Like,
but you know what's funny though? Like musicians actually do that.
I mean, they do. We know they do. We know they do. But I'm saying, like, when we listened to 444, we were like, I don't know that I need people like who was it? Like Boosie was retorting to Jay-Z's line, like putting money in your ear. Like, I don't think I need you to have that response. And maybe you can hear it, maybe you can disagree, but I don't think like you should be commenting on this just because you're in a different lane,
different genre.
You know what I'm saying?
Different subgenre.
Right. Exactly. So I'm like, don't make it, you know what I'm saying, irrelevant. Like the people that did it, I'm like, I got the hottest record of the year. I'm like, yeah. I'm not talking about 444. I'm talking about my shit. I'm talking about trap rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about this. So I feel like if people look at hip hop and hip hop heads and, you know what I'm saying, musicians all look at all subgenres juxtaposed and just listen to all hip hop. It's like no one says that. Like I'm a classical pianist. I don't listen to, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking Dr. Dre, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
2000s, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man. That's my thing. I think at this point, especially since our generation is kind of the gatekeepers of the 90s, right? Just like our older cousins were the gatekeepers of the 80s. So like, if you wanted to learn about the 80s hip hop, you would go to your older cousin who's maybe 5 years older than you. Like, man, what's up with that KRS? What's up with that Big Daddy Kane? What's up with that Rakim? And so we hold the key to the 90s. So our younger cousins, when they were growing up in the 2000s, they were coming to us like, yeah, what's up with that Nas, that Jay, that Biggie, that Tupac? And now they're the gatekeepers for the 2000s. And it's so weird that like for them, Knuck If You Buck is the biggest song that they've ever heard in their lives. Whereas to us, the biggest song that we ever had is maybe you know what I'm saying, Tupac I Get Around or Biggie Juicy. You know what I'm saying? Like Knuck If You Buck to them is Biggie Juicy to us. And we got to be okay with that. And so now coming out of the teens in the 2000s, it's going to be wild to see the kids who are of age in 2025, 2026, looking back on this decade of like, you know what I'm saying? Man, what was up with that Migos? What was up with that Bootsy Badass? What was up with that Jeezy? It's kind of crazy.
I saw a meme on Instagram. It was like a dude like throwing up, and it was and like the caption was like it was like us when it's 2058. You know what I'm saying? and some kid says like, I don't know how you listen to Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? and motherfucking Juice WRLD. You know what I'm saying? That joint is trash and old.
Man, how you listen to Travis Scott? That shit is washed, bro.
He's so washed.
He's so washed. You listen to Travis Scott? Ew, you old.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Travis Scott is 57. You know what I'm saying? Like, ew. He going on a time, he doing Tom Joyner cruises, dog. Going down to Essence Fest.
We talked about that, like 2 weeks ago? Tyler, the Creator, at one point was like, if you over 30, don't come to my show. And now they're like, this fucking mumble rap shit. Like, what is this? It's hilarious how the generations just clash like that. But I also think that, the fact that we still have that competitive spirit. It's nice that hip hop started with competition, right? With the battles, with who is the best MC, who's going to rock the party,
who's the best DJ, you know,
who's the best DJ, who's the best breaker,
right?
Like we never lost that either. So when Migos comes out and says it don't matter who come out after us, our album's the best album of the year, but then Pusha come out and he's like, Pusha's, I got the best album of the year. Travis Scott come out, I got the best album of the year. It's nice that we also have not lost those roots of, yes, dancing as well, because dancing was a big part of early hip hop. It's still here now with the shoot dance, Millie rocking and all this other stuff. The only thing we really lost was like the graffiti. I think we kind of lost that, but only because nobody wanted to be locked up no more. Right. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I think hip hop is in a great place, and I love where it is, especially when new artists, you know, want to do different styles. Like we have the ultimate in Joey Badass and Nick Grant, right? Boom. Like both of these dudes love 90s hip hop, want to do 90s hip hop, but when they want to do a trap joint, they do a trap joint, and it's all right. It's all good.
Right.
So it's in a great place, man. And I asked this question on Facebook. I'm going to ask both of y'all. Remy, what do you remember as being the song that got you into hip hop?
Oh shit. I actually know this specifically, dog. Redman, dog.
Yeah?
Live from New York. It's Saturday night, dog.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, like I heard that joint, and I was just like, yo, this is rap music? Like my cousin was playing that shit for me.
Nice.
Whatever.
Nice.
And I was like, yo, this is amazing. Like all the words rhyme, Jason. He was like, he was sitting back in like the motherfucking recliner, like, yup. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got him.
You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to my big bro, you know what I'm saying, Jason, you know what I'm saying? Like he put me on the rap music.
Oh, that's what's up.
Early on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't looked back since, dog.
That's what's up. Boom Dynamite. What got you in?
I think the first tape I had was that Parents Just Don't Understand.
Oh, Fresh Prince.
Yeah. I remember, this was like 90 maybe.
Mm.
When I had it, you know, I don't know when it came out, but I think I was like 90 when I had it. It was just like, maybe it was close to like 89.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I remember my sister got the Bobby Brown My Prerogative.
Yeah, joint. I had that joint too.
And he was rapping on that joint, and then I put in the other joint. Like there's only like joints that mom would let us, you know what I mean, rock in the car. Cause you know back in the day, the car only had that CD cassette.
That was it.
Joint,
Yep,
you know
that was it.
And so like, you know what I mean, showing the music was like putting that tape in first when you got to the car.
Yep.
And so it would either be, you know what I'm saying, Bobby Brown, or it'd be that Paris Just
That was it. Those are your only two choices.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's wild because for us, radio was such a big thing, and it's still kind of a thing, but because of the internet, it's not as big as it used to be. Especially with the homogenization of it, where every radio station is playing the same thing everywhere. So it's kind of sad what radio's devolved into. But the one for me, and I was really trying to remember, like, I wish I had the memories of, like, you know what I'm saying, KRS and Big Daddy Kane. Like, I remember Smooth Operator, but that wasn't, that was like a novelty, right? Like, I remember Rakim, I Got Soul, but it wasn't the thing, right?
Right.
I think, and I was thinking about it hard, I think the one that got me in was 911 Is a Joke from Public Enemy.
Get up. Get
down.
Get down.
911 is a joke in your town. And I think what captivated me about that song was that's about the time where you were learning, especially then when 911 was becoming hi kids, 911 wasn't a standard for a while. And that was about the time when 911 was really starting to become standard in every state. And for Public Enemy to say 911 is a joke, when I'm learning that if something happens to me or my family or the house, if the house is on fire or we get in an accident, you call 911, and here these dudes are saying it's a joke. I was like, whoa, what is happening? And then it's like, well, what else does Public Enemy sing? You know what I'm saying? And
Another Summer.
And I think that was the one that really got me in. Plus, at that time, you know, that's when you start listening to the radio a little bit more of like, all right, 911 is a joke. What else happens like this? And of course, in Philly, we had Parents Just Don't Understand because that's Will Smith. But then also, you know, rolling from 91 to 92, you know, Gangstar, right? D-Wick starts popping everywhere, right?
Got to be the short shot. You got it.
And it's just like from there, it's just take off. And I'm in, and I never look back.
Shout to Smooth B.
Shouts out to Smooth B. He left his Philly at home. He all he wanted was another.
And I won't tell your folks. You know what I'm saying? But I want to, and that's a great comment. I think you talked about the homogeneity of radio. Like, I know you're like me, Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to listen to the radio to hear news.
Yep. Used to tape off the radio.
Like, and you would tape off the radio because you never know who would come up. There would be on the spot interviews. Like, I just had to come up to Hot 97. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Jada, Beans, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I heard a lot of shit's going on. I mean, before Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Before artists had a way to, you know what I'm saying, get their thoughts out, they would come up to the radio and they would see Angie Martinez. They would see Funk Flex.
DJ Clue.
You know what I'm saying? They would see DJ Clue. They would see, what's my man, with the porn joints?
Mr. C?
Not Mr. C. Shit. Damn it, it's lost. The drama, K Slay.
K Slay,
you know
yeah.
It would see my man K Slay.
The drama hour.
And they would drop freestyles, or they would drop songs, or they would drop verses, and you just like, I gotta get this before the internet. And now what you see now is just like a lot of kids liking what's popular, liking what's out, like liking everything everybody else likes.
Yeah.
It's not that, like, you know what I'm saying, like that thing that you had, that thing that I had, where we had to like find something that no one else had.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you know, Candy got that, what you call that, freestyle tape. You get the tape.
You got the tape? Shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, or, you know what I mean? You got that mixtape?
Oh,
you know
man,
what I mean? Let me come holler at you. When you found this, like that it was the exclusivity of the joint. It wasn't that everyone had it. You know what I'm saying? It was that this joint was hot and no one else had it.
Right. And I think, I mean, we could do a whole episode on exactly why radio is the way it is now. And it actually is because of the government. But it's hard to describe how impactful black radio was back then. I mean, there are documentaries on it, and I would encourage listeners to go check out some documentaries on black radio and what it meant to black people from the 60s, the 70s, down to the 80s and early 90s, when black people could still really own radio stations. Whereas now it doesn't matter where you go. If I'm in New York, if I'm here in Philly, if I drive down to DC, if I drive down to Charlotte,
it's all the same company,
Atlanta, it's all Viacom. It's all Clear Channel.
All the same company.
Like,
it's all CBS. Like,
yeah. Like you're going to hear LMI boot up. Matter of fact, here's how radio works. If you start driving from New York to Atlanta, in every major city, you're going to hear LMI boot up in that hour that you're in that city. Guaranteed. And that was not the case back then, because on my Facebook page, when I asked who fell in love with hip hop, our boy Reds, shout out to Reds, Paint the Town Reds. He said, Scarface UGK got him into hip hop. And that blew my mind, because I'm thinking DC is 2 hours away from Philly. They never played UGK, and they barely played Ghetto Boys on radio up here in Philly. And I would assume the same for New York radio for y'all getting Power 105, Hot 97.
Nope. WBLS.
Right, WBLS, yeah. So you would never get that situation now. Like, you're not gonna go out to the West Coast and hear only Snoop and Dre and Be Real and Cold 187 and Spice One and MC8 and Tim Dog. Like, you're not just going to hear those, and then maybe some Public Enemy, maybe. Whereas,
let me ask you this.
What's up?
Let me ask you this. A serious question. Would Cosmic Kev be in a Space Force? Like, by law. Like, I think you'd have to.
Bro, you're so washed. Kids don't know who Cosmic Kev is.
Right.
Okay, my bad.
But you know what? Shout out to DJ Khaled, because when he opened up for J&B here, he shouted out all the Philly DJs, like real Philly DJs. It was like, yo, where Cosmic Kev at? Where Cosmic Kev at? Every single one, dog.
Because that is something that DJ Khaled would do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he would be aware of, dog.
Yeah, right.
Like, he's a real, like, old school DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Which is crazy, right? Like,
right.
This dude who just...
Like, when I finally figured out what he did, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, shit. Like,
oh,
what?
shit.
That?
Like, he's a real live DJ historian. Like, he knows his shit for real. And he was like, yeah, DJ Kev, that Cosmic Kev, where you at? Tell Cosmic Kev I said, what's up? And I'm like, yo, these kids don't know who Cosmic Kev is, dog. What are you doing?
Right. He's already in the Space Force.
But yeah, I would say if there was anything downside to where hip hop is now, it's the death of black radio, man. Because that's really sad that you can't get broken on the radio anymore. Like, you can't come up there. You can't come up to the DJ Clue Monday Night Mixtape anymore, or the Funk Flex Monday Night joint and have your record break anymore. It's sad, man. It's real sad. But man, shout out to old black radio, man. That shit is sorely missed.
And you know it's whack because you see on the Funk Flex, you know what I'm saying, there's freestyle joints that he has on his joint in Flex We Trust. You see the people come up there, and these are like niggas in the industry already. Like, yo, it's such an honor to come up there.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's paying homage to what it used to be. Because it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he always says, like, everybody can't come up here. It's Funk Flex,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how he used to fuck with certain people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And if he fuck with you should be on blast, and there'd be a lot of bombs.
Oh, the bombs.
And yeah. And it's not that. I need to
that's
boot up 14 times.
And that's the thing too.
14 times. This hour played 13 times.
and that's a real good point, because I was watching Fuse yesterday because they was running shows about hip hop all day, and they had a commercial for Big Boy out in L.A. And it's like, if you remember L.A., they had Big Boy, Sway and Tech in the morning, and like that respect is still there. It's like, yeah, Big Boy, you a legend,
right?
And you can't have that these days. It's sad. Like, I think the closest you have to that right now is kind of Elliot Wilson with Rap Radar. But even he came from, you know, being the editor-in-chief of Double XL. So, the death of Black radio is kind of like the saddest part of where we are right now. But
it's like it's motherfucking Toys R Us, dog. Like, it's
that's
like
real.
It's real. Childhood. It's just fucking
that's
went
real.
extinct, dog. Like, it doesn't exist anymore.
That's real.
Nuts.
Or matter of fact, no, Remy, it's Kmart. Black Radio's Kmart. It's still there, but you don't want to go there.
Right.
You don't want to go there.